Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. This is Waters of Humanity, Divine Waters from above the dome and Divine Waters from within. Comment, like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so YouTube algorithm will get this video. Thank you so much, my water beings, for your support. I love all of you. Hold on, my cat is like, baby, don't bite on the cord. You're gonna sit on mommy. You better behave, okay? Can you stop? Okay, so I came on here because I want to talk about two things. I want to talk about implants inside chosen ones and why it's very hard for chosen ones or people who are target individuals that to manifest. Now, this is very deep and esoteric, and if you are not open up to new information, you can exit the live. This is from my experience. I have been targeted since birth. And I'm ready to just explain some things and what I have witnessed and encountered. So I'm going to share my screen. Now, this is going to get deep. So if you resonate with this, then please like the video and share because it really will mean a lot to me. So let's get into this. So, wireless body area network, it is something that will, and it's be called IEE 802.15. So basically, these are implants that messes with your natural frequency rhythm of your heart energy. So it's kind of like you're hooked up to a false network that is continuously pushing you to low vibrational frequency. I'll give you an example. When I was a child, I was always in private school, getting straight A's and everything like that. And as soon as my mom and my dad was pressured that I had some type of kidney problem, right? Just as for them to do experiments on me. And this was in New York City, in Staten Island. And they were basically saying like, oh yeah, your child has kidney problems, when I was perfectly healthy. And I don't know why my mom and my dad agreed to this, because I was perfectly fine. But again, they didn't know. My mom didn't know, my dad did not know. Or if they did, who knows? Because I'm questioning everybody. Being a chosen one, a target individual, you have to question everybody. Okay. Even your own parents. So, my sister had surgery at that hospital. My brother, I think my brother had surgery at the hospital, and I had surgery at that hospital. I was the youngest one, so they took a piece of my tissue, my kidney. I was like, what is that for? Basically for experiment to put, again, a wireless body area network, a chip implant. Now, as you can see in this picture, I probably was put in my kidney to mess up my vibrational frequency, to keep tabs on me, to know where I'm at. This sounds like, people say, oh, that sounds crazy. You can see here that this is in the medical field as well. They'd use IEEE, wireless body area network devices, even on patients that have dementia, to track where they are. So this is not something that is not made up, or something that's like, oh, Lulu, Delulu. This is real. And it's been used in experiments that is illegal. And I had plenty surgeries. I'm a queer Black woman. Okay. So I'll talk about the other ones later. But when I was a kid, I was very young, and they put this device in me to track me, to mess with my vibrational frequency, connection to the cosmic black womb, they knew who I was. I didn't know who I was back then. I told you I was inside the Matrix. My mind was inside the Matrix. I didn't know who I was. I was just basically living life. I'm thinking that, oh yeah, I have bad luck sometimes, and then some out of nowhere, good luck disappears. And I realize now that that was my oversoul breaking through, regardless of the electromagnetic frequency devices that they put inside of me to try to keep me at a low frequency, fear, doubt, pain, suffering, poverty, all these things that are low frequencies. Because again, our oversoul and what you call cosmic womb, the black womb, whatever you are, is a frequency. That's why these devices are used. You can clearly see this cloud network connecting, and my family has been on the tabs, from these secret societies for a while. And I told my mom about this, and she does believe me because she witnessed and notices certain things too. Because it's deep. It's really, really deep. So I have been exposed to this wireless body area network device. And I knew something was wrong because after when I got that surgery as a kid illegally, because it was not my consent, to be honest, because I was a child and I did not ask to get a piece of my kidney, taken out, like a cut up there. I didn't consent to that. I was not, I was very young. And I noticed that I believe that's what happened to me. I believe that's when the autism started to kick in. Like something was going on with me, because again, I come from straight A student, honorary, private school, all that type of stuff. And then I start to have these mind problems, these brain problems. And I'm just like, what is going on here? And I know it wasn't the food. My mom and dad always cook good food, even though, it was chicken, rice, the typical American soul food. And I wasn't like, I didn't have an issue with it because, that's all I knew. I was raised inside that, Christian household with chicken, rice, and, and all that and whatnot. However, that was not the issue to the reason why I had brain problems. And I was just like, wait, something's going on with me. Something is not right. Like I remember one time when I was a child, I was in the backyard, and my dog at the time, I love oh my God, I miss her so much. I used to always go in the backyard. Me and my brothers used to always be imaginable playing, like just basically acting like some anime character, watching anime and stuff. And I remember like one day, my mom, she was in her room, and I literally was on this tree, and I was swinging on this tree. I don't know why I was swinging on this tree. Like we used to, like back then when you're kids, you're so imaginary. You create crate houses, play hide and seek. We had a big backyard. So I basically, created, like I got on this tree because I was on this crate house that me and my brothers and my sisters like created. And I was swinging on this branch, right? And the branch snapped. And I don't know how I survived. I don't even know how I felt like, I'm telling you this right now. I don't know if that was my oversoul that protected me, but my neck should have snapped, to be honest. I fell straight on my neck, and literally like it should have snapped. So I don't know how that happened, but that I think is another reason why I have like brain problems as well, because I think it damaged my my nervous system and my neck. So that probably could be another case of that. But I'm pretty sure that I have implants inside of me based on the surgery. Now, I'm gonna fast forward this, right? So let's talk a little bit more about this. So this is like a core element. Wireless body area network is like a core element of body centering communication. Or wireless personal area network, WPIN, wireless sensory network, WSN, and wireless body area network was WBAN. WBAN represents a system compromising of a network among wearable computed devices. The IEEE 802.15 task group 6 define the communication standards of W bands, a system optimized for lower power devices operating in or around the human body. Now remember, it says in or around the human body. As I said, they have developed implants. And so let's continue. To serve varieties of applications, including medical, consumer, electronics, personal entertainment, and others. Okay, so these devices definitely are used for illegal black ops operations on targeted individuals. So if you are like, okay, why are you having bad luck? All this type of stuff, that is not you. Because again, we are beings of infinite abundance and love and positivity and prosperity. It's not us. Okay. This system is created to keep us at a low vibrational frequency, to keep us down, to not remember who we are, to keep us in this false matrix, this Archon matrix. And these are the reason why, a lot of people who are born in hospitals, okay, especially chosen ones, you probably got an implant in your brain when you were a child, even when you're at birth. Okay. Especially if you are a high vibrational interdimensional being. So you might want to check that out and figure that out, that if you have that, because if you're experiencing poverty, if you're experiencing low frequency and always having like, oh, I'm having bad luck all this time and such and such and such, that could be a wireless body area network device that's controlled by basically black operation that is basically controlling those devices. So you might want to look that up. And in order for you to know that if you do have, I know that I have it in me because my oversoul basically shows where it's at, and I can feel it. But it turns off sometimes, like I have to get it completely out of me. When I first figured this out, I mean, I didn't freak out because I know that I have assistance. However, it's just effed up that they put something in me without my consent. And this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to sue. And I'm building up my case right now. I'm going to sue them for what they did to me illegally. Okay. Because that was messed up. And you're not supposed to do that to an innocent American civilian. Okay. So, yeah. So when I said that it basically, those devices are made for consumers, electronics, personal entertainment, and others. Their area band designate communication as on body from off body to on body sensors, and even among implanted nodes in body. So if you are around wireless connections, like for instance, your computer, your phone, that triggers and turns it on. If you're around wireless all the time, like if you're basically in the city, that keeps the device on. So if you have implants in you, that's, those are the things that keep it on. And how to figure out you have implants in you? Well, hold on. Let me help you guys right here. This is a lot. Let me see. Just give me a second. Okay. Okay. I'm just typing this in because I want to show you guys this because this is really important. Okay, so let me just share the screen. So, hold on. Pretty fast today, so I'm really happy about that. Okay. Where is it? Okay, so several methods to detect microchips in your body. So newer microchips are too small to be detected by traditional medical devices such as MRI, CT, or X-ray. The following are several methods to detect microchips in the human physical body provided by survivors. Use ELF or EMF field meter to detect signals emitted from your body, e.g., an X-Tech 480823 extremely low frequency electromagnetic field meter. So these are definitely different devices. You can use a UV light. You can use a commercial bug detector, RF body chip, an RF tracer. You can use a metal detector to detect chips in your body. These are definitely things you can use to help determine if you have. See now the difference between you and me is that I'm already connected to my oversoul. So my oversoul basically pinpoints where they are at, and I can feel emitting frequency in my body. So I know where they're at. So if people that are not as advanced in their interdimensional practice, then you can use these. Now, I am still using this for my case because, it's not just my word of mouth. I have to present evidence while I'm suing these illegal, evil people. So, yeah. So if you want to look more on this, you can check this out at breakthemkchains.org, and you can look this up yourself. And matter of fact, let me put this in here. I'm gonna see if I can do this. Hold on. Let me see if I can. I don't know how to do this stuff because, Oh, there we go. I'll just put this in the comments. So you can look this up yourself. And yeah, so this is one of the things you can look on the website and see if you have and purchase this because this is really important. And I want to talk about another thing about target individuals, chosen ones, light beings, interdimensional light beings. The thing that I noticed the most is we attract people, dark empaths. So I want to get on the subject of dark empaths and talk a little bit about that. And you're like, okay, what is a dark empath? Oh, I'm going to show you right now. So there's 4 dangerous qualities of dark empaths. So the dark empath's personality has a high level of narcissism, psychopathic, Machiavellism, and empathy. The dark empath is potentially more dangerous than a person with the dark triad traits. Now you hear that. Now I talk a little bit briefly about the dark triad. So dark empath trait can initially appear appealing because they create a superficial attractive person. So people who exhibit the dark triad personality type, narcissism, psychopathy, and Machiavellism are associated with the power to manipulate and use others for personal gain. When you add a high level of empathy, which is the ability to see the world the way others do, and know, oh, wait, hold, somebody's calling me right now. Anyways, I don't know what that was about. Sorry, I had a phone call. Okay, so yeah, so empathy is considered, so it threw me off for a second. Um, so empathy is considered a positive trait as it has traditionally been associated with a strong social skill and ability to connect with others. Um, when someone understands what we are feeling, we are naturally feel validated and we're positively predisposed to like someone who gets us. When a person is using their empathy for beneficial purposes, it is a win-win situation. But there are times when empathy may be used to harm others. So, what is a dark empath? So, a dark empath not only gets you, but they also are intended to getting you good, meaning they seek to manipulate you and use your goodwill to their own advantage. So, psychopathy or psychopathic is a trait that removes the barrier of gradual. That's most. Hold on, this text messages keep coming into me. What is going on? Like as soon as I go on live, then these things happen. Oh God. So Piopai have that keep them from acting on their most destructive impulses. So narcissists, so dark empaths are way dangerous than um the dark triad personality disorder that I did talk about, earlier in my videos. You could look that back up. I talk about that a lot of the men in our community have that dark triad personality trait, and even women have that. It's more, it's more prominent in men, especially in our community. So basically, dark empaths are people who are in an MK Ultra spell that is in a reverse technology, which is basically siphoning off of people's energy. So they're like characters in the game to get you, basically. The light versus the dark, yin and yang. So that's just their purpose. And I personally don't even, if you're a person that is a light empath and you're a person like myself as a light empath, I wouldn't even get with a dark empath because they will never change their nature. That is their settings. Okay, you have to look at it as a game and a game of life. There are two sides, there's dark and there's light. So if you're like a healer like myself and you're like, oh my God, I can change him, I can do this, I can do that. No, sis, you cannot change a man that literally is wired to be that way. Okay, he has to make the choice to do it, not you. Because if you basically want to change him, that means you are enabling him. He's not going to ever change. And the only reason why I'm giving an example of a man and woman relationship, because that is the common denominator in our community. We have these women that are healers like myself. You're like, oh my God, oh, he just had a bad childhood. Let me just change him and love him and show him the way. Girl, think how many women that he pathed on his path that try to do the same thing and ruin their lives. I talk a lot about that. It was in one of my videos about the Yakub DNA is in, the Black woman. And I talk about that. You can never change someone that is a dark empath, that has a dark triad personality disorder. Okay. that is for them to change themselves. So when empathy takes a dark turn, empathy is a trait that leads most of us to care about the plight of others. It can kick out autism into a higher gear when we feel the pain others and experience. Hallmark commercials notoriously capitalize on empathy through their portrayals of protagonists tend to move into that of move us. So basically, it's cognitive empathy, it's compassion. Like for me, I have so much empathy for people, especially that are dealing with the same situation. So that's why like I reach out to certain individuals. But because a lot of people have they're paranoid, and I get it. That's why like I don't talk to people anymore. I don't be around any individuals because I know that um yeah, I just stay away from them. And it's a tough thing. I have my cats with me, and it is tough, doing this alone, but what can you do about it? Um So yeah, so I just want to talk about the dark empath. So the dangers of a dark empath. The dark empath tends to be a higher and extroversion than a dark triad individual. So they are going to be more likely be seen in a greater number of social settings and be more engaged in a social interaction. While they don't tend to experience a wide range of emotions, they are able to cognitively understand what others are feeling, and the skill can be a threat to your well-being, and if you're the crosshair as a mark. This happened to me in 2018. I talk about a little about it, like I survived the demiurge. This person was a dark empath. They had narcissism, Machiavellism, and psychopathy, and they were on the dark side, and they were in private intelligence, because they told me they were in intelligence, and they were monitoring. And I was just like, why are you monitoring? To me, I didn't even do nothing. Like when I read about target individuals. Like target individuals are targeted when they do something, if they're like going against it. Like I don't understand why I was targeted, because I was just like, I was working a 9 to 5 job. I was living my life. My queer Black woman life, living in California, minding my business. Why was I targeted? So like they just put me in a list for no reason. It didn't make sense to me because I didn't do nothing. I didn't made a method of to heal people's mind. I wasn't even on that vibration in the mind yet. I was just focused on surviving. Getting my foot in the door of making my own business. I didn't understand why I was targeted. So, now I know why I was targeted since birth. Is because of the power I hold, you know, and that's the reason why. So sometimes, when people are like, oh, when I read the why people are becoming targeted, it's basically your bloodline. It's basically your birthrights, who you are, your light codes. That is sometimes the reason. And they monitor people who have very high light. Oh, what they're gonna do, what's next, you know. So I had to have high protection. Now, it is unfortunate that these evil people have did this to innocent people. I told you their matrix is done. They try so many things. Like right now, they're trying to get me on the streets. They're trying to make me lose my housing. What else they're trying to do? It's just it's foul what they're trying to do. This no touch psychological operation. I've been knowing about this for a while. I put others in game, about this, about the no touch psychological operation program, that people they try to make you sound crazy. They try to deny you of your rights. They try to just make you end up in the street so they can do experiments on you, and make you end your own life. And it's just terrible that our taxpayer dollars are going funding these operations. And it should stop this year because I'm going to show you something. Hold on. It's just it's very foul, you know, because I didn't do nothing to no one. I was just minding my business and helping others. And I guess that helping others were something that triggered them. So yeah. Um Hold on. Dangerous thing. Just look at this. Is this it? No, this is not it. But yeah, like I just want to just talk a little bit about that and let people know about this program. Remember, it's called a Operation Program. You can get more information on this website, and I'll show you exactly surveillance. All the other devices I put on here. You can basically look that up, and all the ways that people can use. And also, when you have wireless body area networking device inside you, again, it can be triggered by towers. That's why they put 5G towers around places. It is a mess here. And I'm just like, oh my God. Sometimes I'm just like, I think about it and I don't want to get frustrated, but it is a frustration that, you know, being monitored. It's very creepy. It's very, very creepy. Um, it's psychotic, and I don't like that feeling. I feel that, you know, chosen ones or just human beings in general should have their own rights to privacy. And our privacy is being violated by our own government that's supposed to protect us. So that's why I say, you know, there should not be no, like, who in their right mind would think that it's okay to pay people to spy, gang stalk, use wireless devices, implants? Like, it's just insane to me. It is insane to me that this operation is still going on and people are still being targeted. And it's crazy to me. Like, and I have a cognitive therapy. I'm a certified cognitive therapist. So I'm very cognitive and very aware of what's going on in the world around me. And I'm just like thinking about how humanity doesn't still know about these programs, you know, and I'm exhausted, to be honest. I don't want to keep talking about this because it's exhausting speaking about these programs. It's exhausting speaking about it. It's just I don't want to talk about it no more. But I did have to speak about this today because it was on my heart and it can help others, you know? So I put the stuff in the link for you to look at. And another thing I always want to say about the gang stalking and the psychological touch operation, I see the patterns. I see the patterns, what they do. I know how it works. I've been knowing this for a while. I put people on game. So I know how things work here. And that's why I'm making a case. So one thing I will say about this is that when you step out your house, if you start hearing noise campaign, like ambulance sound, all that type of stuff, if you notice those patterns, you're definitely being targeted. That may sound delulu to the average person, but if you notice, like if you go to a certain situation, like if you go to your destination, you start hearing the alarm sounds. If you start, you know, when you walk out your house, like I remember one time when I was taking public transportation, and I only take like you know, the train, you know, around and things like that. But you know, one time, you know, I was like, okay, let me just take this bus. And I should have recorded it. But I was not in the right mindset. I just want to get home. This man, I'm telling you this right now, this man literally was under mind control. He was outside the bus and he was banging on the window where I'm at. This man, literally, he looked like he was a walking dead. This is no joke. It's not funny. Literally, he was banging on the glass, the wall. I mean, sorry, the glass of the window of the bus, right where I'm sitting at. And I jumped and I was just like looking at him. I went on the other side where the other people were sitting at, and nobody didn't have no reaction. It was just like, oh, this is just everyday life. This is normal. I'm like, do you not see this? This is crazy. Like, he literally was banging. He was like, ugh. Like, I'm like, that is crazy. So, and another thing, especially if you're a light being like myself, very high in light. Ooh, and I'm not making fun of anybody who's unhoused or whatever, because I know the deal of how it goes with, electromagnetic beings and, these frequencies and stuff like that. So I'm not making fun of anybody. Um, However, but you do attract a lot of people that are lost in the mind. They just like magnetate. They come towards you like a moth towards a flame, and it's really, really creepy. So like that's why, like, if I'm going to my destination, I'm going to my destination and going back home, because I can't wait. Like, I'm not gonna tell my plans, but yeah, like it's really bad out there. So if you're a target individual, you're a chosen one, just understand that it's not your fault. The reason why your manifestations did not work. Look up. I put in the chat in the link. Um, Break them change MK several methods to detect you have microchip in your body. This is probably the biggest reason why, and archons. It's probably the biggest reason why your manifestations have not worked. And I'm just here to help and just give you some knowledge. So I think that's all I wanted to talk about. Let me see. Yeah, so let me just talk a little bit about the 3 dark triads, because I did talk about that briefly in my other video a while back, like a year ago. So let me share the screen, and then lead off here because I'm tired. I'm so tired. So the 3 dark triads describe 3 different but negative personality types. This includes Machiavellism. This means being highly manipulative, willing to deceive others to get what you want, and have a cynical view of the world. Narcissism. This defines as feeling superior in a title. A sense of inequity typically lies beneath the grandiosity. I never heard that word. So I'm just learning as I go on, and I'm not ashamed to, if I don't know a word, I'm not going to use it. So I would definitely, because I just never heard that word. So yeah, and psychopathy key traits include lacking empathy and being emotionally cold, while also being impulsive and prone to taking big risks. So these are the 3 dark triad traits that is very prone in humanity and people. So yes, and I just want to put this out here. You can look this up yourself, and actually just put this so you can read it yourself as well. Put it in the chat. Okay, so yeah, that's all I want to talk about today. I'm poop, and I'm gonna be doing some meditation because big things are coming up. So this is Waters of Humanity, the divine waters above the dome, divine waters within. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of your day. Okay, bye. Love you. Like, comment, share.